The following program contains adult language, poor taste in jokes, racial slurs, political slurs, slants, and all sorts of things that if you are sensitive and have a delicate constitution, you should probably go watch Teletubbies. You were warned.
All right, and we're back. So this thing is transferred over. It did give me a little bit of trouble, not surprising there, but it wasn't too bad. I did do something a little different. I previously had mentioned that I was going to mount the motors and then solder in the LEDs. I did not do that. I did the LEDs first and then mounted the motors. I did that so I could get slack on the cables and get plenty of length out there so I can use the helping hands. After I got the LED soldered up, I put a little conformal coat on the back because I did increase the solder amount on those pads. So just to make sure that it's not doing anything funky against the frame down there where it's holding, I did put a little conformal coat on there. Also then remounted the motor, moved to the next arm, did the same thing, went the whole way around. Went pretty easy. After all that, I was going to get the ribbon cable taken care of, and in order to do that, I did disconnect all the ESC wires. And then after doing so, move this main wire here, the daisy chains for you, and you take your board back. See if I can do this. I've done it. Okay. Yep. And I'm going to go ahead and peel my adhesive stripping off there. And then you can lay this bad boy down like so. All right. Make sure you get all your wires out of the way. And should be pretty good there. So I'm going to move that around a little bit here in just a second. But as you saw, you just kind of fold it back in. Just be careful of this wire. You want to keep it up and out of the way. And just kind of, the reason you do that when you have the board up like this, it's easier. When this is loose, this ribbon cable, it's easier to plug it into that port on the bottom, that socket. And make sure when you're doing so, you have the two little, like on the top one here, you have the little bracket, the little black outer ring pulled up or out from the base of the connector, and that way it allows the ribbon cable to slide down in. Once it's down in, take your pair of needle nose or something and just very lightly press in on either side of the ribbon cable, just enough to where you feel it stop it, and then push down on that black on that slider, and it will kind of click into place. And then like you saw just now, you can then lay the board down and get it into place. You can take off your adhesive strip and do all that at that point. So now it's pretty much ready to go. I can reattach my antennas, go ahead and put my ESCs back in, and really start putting this thing back together. One other thing that I haven't mentioned yet is in the top part of the new frame here, as you can see, you have the GPS module in the top half. So you do have to switch that over. Not a big deal, very simple. As you can see, it does have, it's like a, I think it's copper or, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's copper core. But it's like a tape, and you want to keep this as intact as possible. So what I'm doing here is I'm just peeling it back enough to get it loose from the body and keeping it on the board, because as you can see, all you need to expose are the tabs up in the top and then the screws that are in the back two corners. Once you take those two screws out, you can pop those tabs, pull this out, and then insert it in the new body in the same manner that you took it out of. It looks like it really goes in one way and comes out one way, and you know, it's pretty dummy proof. So I'm hoping I don't mess that one up too damn bad, but anything's possible at this point. So just make sure you switch over the GPS, make sure you keep it as centered as possible, all that good stuff. Other than that, like I said, I think this thing's pretty much ready to go. I'll start buttoning everything up, getting everything bolted down, and hell, this thing will be back in there here probably tomorrow. Well, thanks guys for watching. Hope you learned something with all this. I learned a hell of a lot, at least on this model. It is a solid little bird. I actually am interested in buying one for myself now. After being inside of this, seeing the components they've used and the quality they put into it, it actually is a solid little build. So, bravo, XIAOMI, show me, whatever. You guys have a nice little bird here. But again, thanks guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.
Mittens?